Coach, it's been a whirlwind for you, which of course taking a new job is, but you've gotten your priorities knocked out. You got your staff. You kind of re-recruited the kids that were in the program. I think you got a house in Laramie, and then you had a very, very successful recruiting class, which you announced yesterday. I know that you had some needs that you were looking at within this class. Were you able to fill those needs in your mind?
Well, first and foremost, as I addressed yesterday, the biggest the biggest priority initially was making sure that I re-recruited the players that were currently in the program, and to be able to secure the commitments of Quan Marble, Kenny Foster, Hunter Maldonado, Hunter Thompson, Austin Mueller, and then Hayes Fornstrom. Priority was to making sure that we got those guys on board. Wanted to build off the momentum that they had experienced during the Mountain West tournament. And then the priority became making sure that we did a good job of finding the other right pieces to go along with those guys. And I thought we did a really good job of that with the 6 guys that we signed yesterday on signing day.
Coach, usually within a signing class, you've got some, I guess you'd call them bell cows, some guys that you really felt like were linchpins for your class. Did you have that situation this time around?
Well, it's a good question. For us, need is a bad evaluator at times. Bill Belichick once said that. For us, it's about finding the right fit, the right guys that fit how I want to play from an offensive standpoint, and to go out and kind of be able to get some of the guys that we did late, considering the circumstances. I thought we did a tremendous job. My staff did a really good job of identifying the right guys. They did a great job of collectively recruiting these guys. It's not necessarily where some places it's my guy or one guy recruits a guy. We just all, for lack of a better word, just tag teamed these kids and just made sure that they could develop a relationship with us via the phone, via FaceTime. And that way you had to kind of speed that process up in terms of developing a relationship, knowing that you were not going to be able to get in front of these kids face to face. And so considering the circumstances, I thought we did a really good job of finding 6 guys who we feel like can be good players in the Mountain West.
You mentioned it, but under the circumstances, it was kind of like a throwback, it seemed, in terms of recruiting. You're not able to do some of the things that maybe you were able to do in past years. Did it in some small way even the playing field a little bit? Everybody was having to recruit the same way, it seems.
There's no good thing about the coronavirus, but when it comes to actually recruiting, and especially spring recruiting, which can be really hard because now the supply is dwindled from the fall, and then the business principle of supply and demand. When usually in the springtime, it's hard to find guys that are of Mountain West caliber. And I thought that with the virus, not being able to go out and recruit some of these guys, not having the chance to play in their national junior college tournament, or in the case of Marcus Williams, not being able to play in the Final Four in the state of Texas at the highest classification. Some of those things really factor in. And I thought that our relationships that we had with these players beforehand and with their coaches really paid dividends down the stretch, and being able to secure commitments and being able to sign them.
One last question. Did you feel like you had a pretty good mixture of some veteran guys in the junior college ranks with your young kids?
For us, in the way that we want to build our program, and we want to build it with freshmen, but at the same time, when you do that and you have too many freshmen, or relying on too many freshmen, then you're going to struggle in the Mountain West, and you're going to struggle in college basketball. And so to get the right blend of guys to go along with the returning guys, because we do have, in some ways, even though we don't have a lot of guys back, we have a lot of experience back. Guys that have played meaningful minutes in a lot of games. And so to be able to add 3 junior college players with Drake Jeffries, Drew Lamont, Owen Nelson, to kind of go with those guys, and then to be able to add two freshmen with Marcus Williams and Xavier Dussel, who I feel like from a talent standpoint, and more so from a mentality standpoint, can play in the Mountain West as a freshman and play meaningful minutes. And then the last piece of the puzzle was Graham Ike, who, if he was healthy, with his body, with his skill set, he would definitely have been an impact guy right away. But he's going to need to having torn his ACL in late November and not having surgery until January. And so Cowboy fans are going to have to wait a year to see him, but it'll definitely be well worth the wait.
Well, Coach, congratulations. We're all excited about the upcoming season. Appreciate you being with us.